Industrial software has been recognized as the brain and nerves of manufacturing. China claims to be the world's largest country for manufacturing, but its lack of ability to develop industrial software has threatened Beijing's ambition for global dominance. China's reliance on American industrial software will be another choking point for Beijing in the ongoing tech war against the United States. If the Americans stop supplying key industrial software to China, the country's industrial activities, as well as its research and development functions, will be paralyzed. Hi everyone, welcome to Leisrealtalk. I'm Lei. For the past several years, the small semiconductor chip has been a driving force of geopolitics and Sino-US relations. Besides the chips, there's another area in which China's reliance on American technology will become a major aspect of U.S. China competition. That is, China's dependence on American industrial software. Zhang Ying is the Deputy Director of the Shanghai Economic and IT Commission. At the recent CCPPC conference in March, Zhang said industrial software is one of Beijing's national strategic weapons that unfortunately has relied heavily on imports. She said that 95% of R&D and design-oriented industrial software and 50% of high-end production control software is foreign-made. She also said that the lack of software power has greatly limited the quality development of China's industries. Industry software is by no means simple IT software or the apps developed by internet tech companies. Judging by the number of lines of code, the world's largest software company is neither Microsoft nor Germany's leading software company SAP, but rather the world's largest arms dealer, Lockheed Martin Corporation. Industrial software refers to programs specifically designed for industrial applications. It involves the digitalization of industrial knowledge, where a company's accumulated experience in product planning, design, production, sales, and service is integrated into a software system to improve efficiency and automate operation. For example, there's computer-aided design software, or CAD, for designing and modeling industrial components, and manufacturing execution systems, or MES, for managing and optimizing production processes. The core technology of the manufacturing industry is actually software, which includes logic programming, data creation and analysis, equipment driving, sensor application, and so on. It's all driven by software. China's largest industrial software company is Huawei Technologies, but Huawei relies on three American companies: Synopsys, Cadence, and Mentor for its electric design automation, or EDA, software tools. There are four categories of industrial software that China uses: R&D design, production control, information management and operation, and embedded software, that is, specialized software embedded in hardware devices. China has relied heavily on foreign software in all four categories. Of the four, R&D design software is the most critical. According to the 2020 China Industrial Software White Paper, released by the Chinese Ministry of Industry and Information Technology, 95% of the software China uses in this category is foreign-made. Foreign software has absolute dominance in the EDA, which is electronic design automation, CAD, and CAE, computer-aided engineering software markets. For EDA, three U.S. companies, Synopsys, Cadence, and Mentor, now part of Siemens, hold over 95% of the Chinese market share. For CAD, the French company Dassault, Germany's Siemens, and the American companies PTC and Autodesk collectively have over 90% of the Chinese market. In the CAE field, American companies Ansys, Altair, and Nastran have over 95% of the Chinese market. Industry insiders have pointed out that although Dassault and Siemens are European companies, their CAD product lifecycle management and R&D departments are located in the United States. So strictly speaking, their CAD software licensing is American-based. This shows you how much China's industrial software which the Chinese call the country's national strategic weapon, depends on American technology. China's reliance on American industry software can become a choking point for China in the Sino-US competition for dominance. Amid the ongoing tech war, losing access to industrial software has directly impacted the survival and development of Chinese organizations. In June 2020, the U.S. government listed Harbin Institute of Technology and Harbin Engineering University as being Chinese entities involved in military activities. Since then, faculty and students at the two universities can no longer log in to use the overseas mathematical analysis software tool, MATLAB, with school accounts. The first course that many Chinese engineering students take in colleges is MATLAB. If the ban is extended to other universities, it will affect school curriculum and research work. There's currently no software in China that can replace MATLAB, which took the Americans more than 40 years to develop. China's aerospace industry has long been using STK analysis software developed by the American company Analytical Graphics. STK supports the entire process of aerospace missions, including design, testing, launch, operation, and mission applications. In addition, the software used in China's civil nuclear power system is the NX software product from Siemens. If Siemens prohibits China from using the software, it will be disastrous as the entire nuclear power industry will stop normal operations. Beijing started to support the industry from as early as 1986. From 2000 to 2015, the regime invested in CAD and CAE software. In the 2016 to 2025 year plan, industrial software was given a priority, and the plan explicitly calls for strengthening the development of industrial software. But the lack of talent has prevented development, just like in the semiconductor industry. Analysis shows that it takes about 10 years to train an EDA R&D engineer. In China, universities and research institutes produce only about 50 graduates in total annually, with master's and doctoral degrees in EDA. The low number of grads is due to the lack of EDA experts on the faculties of most schools. According to the 2020 Semiconductor Industry Special Report by Founder Securities, the total number of employees at the three American EDA companies is more than 10 times that of all EDA professionals in China. There are 1,500 EDA professionals engaged in R&D in China, of whom only about 300 work for Chinese EDA companies. The rest work for foreign companies in China. As a comparison, Synopsys has more than 13,000 employees, of whom over 5,000 are engaged in EDA R&D. The total number of all EDA R&D professionals throughout China is far less than that of one American company. The process of industrial software development is complex and requires seamless collaboration between industry experts, software development, and R&D. The long development cycle can take decades. There are no shortcuts during the process, and this can be challenging to the Chinese. According to Xia Gang, the chief engineer at China's Information Security Research Institute, the industrial software industry is basically a no man's land in our country. Professor Gao Shuming from the Computer Science Department of Zhejiang University pointed out that it would take China at least 10 years to become a major player in the field. I think Mr. Gao may be too optimistic. Virginia Heffernan, a columnist for Wired, which is a leading American technology magazine, visited the Taiwanese semiconductor giant TSMC and wrote a long report titled, "I Saw the Face of God in a Semiconductor Factory." She revealed a few secrets about the company's success. Curiosity, stamina, and faith in God are what set TSMC engineers apart from the rest of the industry. Dr. Mark Liu, the TSMC chairman, told Ms. Heffernan in an interview that every scientist must believe in God. We're doing atomic constructions. I tell my engineers, think like an atomic-sized person. Liu cites a passage from Proverbs. It's the glory of God to conceal matter, but to search out the matter is the glory of man. This perhaps explains why the Chinese Communist Party will never be able to catch up with TSMC in the tech war. It doesn't have what it takes to be a world-class technology innovator. Once people believe in the CCP, they lose their independent thinking, curiosity, and mental stamina. It would be difficult for them to develop anything original or achieve any breakthroughs. The CCP's Great Leap Forward style for solving its destitute situation is counterproductive, never worked and never will. But this doesn't prevent the CCP from stealing technology and being a copycat. People should still be on their guard. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and stay tuned for more.